Like he's all stabbed all over, and you bring him in to help him. Like Santa, what happened? And he's just like, it was my nemesis Jack Frost. Like Yodi Land? What's Yodi Land?
Never took Double Blinker City? Major trip, round trip.
I've been there. I didn't know it was. I've been there. No,
see. That's what I'm.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
Matter of fact, I've sent people postcards from Yodi Land. I have a timeshare. I have a timeshare in Yodi Land. I just didn't know the name of the place. So let's leave it at this then. Yeah, he's talking about there's going to be a new theme song to the show. I'm not sure by the time this might be on this episode if you're hearing it on certain platforms. I'm not sure necessarily when or how this is going to be installed, but it'll be a new theme song for the show I'm working on.
Working on a new theme song.
Yeah, we're going to have a new jingle, new theme song.
It sounds cool. It's there. I've heard part of it. It's cool sounding.
Yeah, so look forward to that. We're going to move away from the stock music.
Content Factory, welcome back. Who are you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you, over there.
I'm Carson DeAngelis, Take Two Interactive.
Oh, my name Zave Davey, and let's go with IO Interactive.
Okay, good. That was a good. Yeah, we both went with
what game dev publishers. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah. Well, I knew we were doing an interactive video today, so that is true. And I knew there were I was trying to think of. I was gonna maybe be Interactive Buddy, which is a reference to that old game. If anyone knows Interactive Buddy, but I wasn't sure if that was the right energy. Yeah, it was a little guy you could torture him. It was basically a guy who lived in a box and there's nothing he could do, and you could just do whatever you want. I remember shoot missiles
if you
at him.
Downloaded the app and
torture him.
Or if you paid for it or something, you could upload a picture into the
I think you could make it someone or something.
Or
so I went with
this is celebrities.
That's why I went with major game developer
at that
instead.
time.
It seemed like a better vibe.
Yeah,
especially for this show,
understandable.
We want developers. We're developers.
Yeah, developers, as they say.
What are we developing today? We said an interactive video.
An interactive video. I'm so excited to do this. I wanted to do this for so long. I'm so excited, and I cannot stress how much I appreciate you as a writing partner. Can you just give me some slaps in here?
Ah, man, thank you. Oh, got slaps and nucks for those of you at home. That was what the two sounds were.
Yeah, those were both sounds. The sound effects probably solidified it, but I mean, just in case. Today
I forgot about those.
Interactive video, and if you've never seen an interactive video on YouTube, you are missing out. I just love the history of this. It used to be like an annotation.
There used to be so many. I feel like there used to be so many of these.
Dude, I remember back in 2009, 2010, watching Niga Higa interactive videos, Smosh interactive videos.
Shane Dawson.
These kids nowadays don't know who those people are. They just don't know.
I just need to get another one. I feel like she had some.
She just recently came back this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, glad I name dropped her then.
Shout out to
there we go. We got something timely on the podcast finally. If this were needless to say, if this were a news podcast, we would never have made it to episode 4.
Yeesh, we would have been pretty
That
far
would be
behind.
a lot of work for us.
But no, I'm just so excited because I've always wanted to do an interactive video, and even as a child, I've tried to concept them, and I've not gone to the point where it's been yep, here's your options, here's your branching paths.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so excited to do that.
Can you just kind of explain a little bit, for those who have never done one of these, how they kind of work? It's kind of a YouTube specific phenomenon because of the way they're kind of hardwared.
It's crazy because on one hand, it is very unique to YouTube, but then on the other hand, game developers have started to take the concept and run with it and make full on narrative program games with them.
You're talking about Telltale games, of course.
Well, yeah, Telltale games.
The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, other tales, Minecraft
genre.
story mode.
Mm-hmm. Even stuff Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain. Those those are similar in the vein of like you get to pull off choices. But in a YouTube video specifically, it's like it's exciting because you get to a point where the video essentially splits into two options. It is very gamified. It's like you're watching a video game. And at some point within this like path, you're given the choice to go down option A or option B.
And in the YouTube sense, it's usually a link to another actual video that picks up where the first one would leave off. So it'd be, one video that either leads to, however many options for a second video.
A tunnel of, you'd be going down a YouTube tunnel as you would any other day on YouTube, but this time it's specifically in a tunnel of one video because you're given the options for how you can watch the video play out, which is amazing because then that incites more people to go back and see the different options.
Now, I should say I've also seen, I said it was usually links to other videos, and they would be like a playlist to kind of keep them together, but you would usually start at episode 1, obviously. I've also seen it where it's like one like hours long video and you're jumping around to different timestamps, like a choose your own adventure book.
In this stance, I guess publication wise, the way that I would like to do it, even though it would probably be the very worst thing that we could do in terms of watch time hours as a channel that's trying to grow.
Okay.
It would unfortunately be having the first video be public and then every video that branches off would
that
be
seems like
unlisted.
the way to do it. Yeah, you don't want people to start in the middle. That'd just be confusing.
You don't want people to start in the middle. You don't want them to be able to click a thing and see, oh, this is an hour and a half of content. Even seeing a playlist of all of the options is one of those things where it's like someone's just going to be like, oh, okay, so I can just hop in and see which one looks exciting. Oh, they're in the middle of here, the middle of there. Like,
okay, fair enough. We don't want to exclude that from. We don't want anyone to cheat.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want anyone to cheat. So the only way
that
what
we're designing is a flowchart of videos, basically.
Yeah, that it is exactly how that's portrayed.
I had one idea I wanted to run by you because it would be kind of a lot of videos, but they'd all be really short. So production wise, it wouldn't be that bad, but just kind of editing and putting it up onto YouTube might take a little bit of time. So I wanted to run this by you real quick. Kind of basically a training simulator for operating a cash register. And you got to keep, so every time they click on a button, it's a new video. And it's like 1 second long and it just goes.
Wait a minute. A training simulator for.
But I mean, I want you to like they can, because if they get one wrong, like it has to know what they were typing in. Like it can't just be one video for A and one video for each number.
I'm still just trying to understand this.
The flowchart would be miles long. This is actually an impossible concept.
I'm trying. My brain is. I'm. What were the words you said?
So you're basically looking at a cash register in this starting video, and someone's like, can you, I've never actually worked one of these things. I don't know what kind of choices you're making but you got to click on buttons, right? And there's probably like, you got to, let's make it a phone because my goal is that you need to hit many buttons in a series and have to do it in order so that, like, if you're typing in a phone number, I want it to be really difficult to produce is what I'm saying.
That's too much. That is too much.
Okay, we can move on to a real idea now. I wanted to do that joke concept first.
I've started to understand. It is too much.
Yeah, we actually my point there is these things usually were not more than like 5 choices, maybe. Well, because like you wouldn't be typing in a number like that would be so many YouTube videos.
Because each one of them branches off. So let's say by default, if you want to take it just the easiest route, and we're just doing 2 choices, you get to a location and you're given option A or option B. If you choose option A, then that leads you down a whole nother path where again you're given A or B. And the same thing is mirrored on the other side, where since you chose B, that is a result that gives you. So at the end of it, you're looking at maybe what you would want to plan for is how many different endings are you getting, and what are the variables in that.
Yeah, I think you would want to keep
build
that
your way
number
up.
small. Okay, yeah.
So
And then I'm
something
picturing
like, that, I'd be
just a tiered like
that's,
like a flowchart. You start from 1 and they come to however many like chapters, so to speak, you would need to get to the number of endings you want.
Yeah.
Like if you want 4 endings, then you have one video goes to 2 and that goes to 4.
How many endings do we start with? I think that's the question.
I mean,
like
4 doesn't seem bad actually for like, because I feel like somehow 4 is a good number for like, somehow that's a good number for like a lesson to teach on Christmas, which I don't know why, but I just feel like any more than that, we're going to get lost in the weeds. But I don't know if that's enough endings though. I feel like that's kind of limited.
5. That was the number I was going to try.
Okay, 5 is good. I like that that's
5?
an odd number because then we can't have them all just be A or B choices. One of them has to be an A, B, or C somewhere to get to 5.
Like essentially, it would be like the true. I'm imagining we did game dev last time, but it is still game dev that I'm imagining. Like think of just I don't know, like an RPG game where your choices or what characters you kill throughout the world affects the outcome, even if it's only slightly. Like either you're getting the true ending, like the best where everything does go right and things are amazing and you're a boss, but that's only because you've clicked through a selective option, like the only true way that you can get all the way there. Or you've, gone there, but you're missing this and that other thing. Or maybe you have this and that other thing, but you're now missing a person or an interaction at that was critical. Like there's ways to have the different endings be like, all right, and this one's the one where you messed up and now everyone is gone and it's just you. And this is the ending where you get pulled all the way to outer space. I know other investor Jed was saying that a good way to split these is to have one
other investor Jed being a reference to another investor in the company. That's what he's saying.
Yes, leaving someday other
if you don't know what those words he said are.
Yeah, other investor Jed, that's another guy, big boss over there. He was suggesting that one narrative line be real life just as recorded where we are, and one narrative line be in green screen, which does give you a really good option, because then let's say from the pilot, from your base video, your two options are either staying at the location and actually staying on course with the narrative and figuring out what the story is, or immediately just like effing off and going into green screen world and kind of taking the wackier off-road choices.
And if another thing production wise I'm thinking about is time of day would really be a problem if you're trying to film an interactive video with multiple versions of things happening that would be at the same time. Like you don't want to be doing this outside, because then this be like one of the timelines would make sense and then the next one would be like, man, it was weird, the second scene was really dark and it was like nighttime already.
It would just be, you have to go back the next day. It's multiple
right,
days.
but that's what I want to avoid. So I think if you are gonna do one real location and one green screen thing, the real location should be like inside, and the green screen one could be outside. That's from a production viewpoint. That's the first thing I'm thinking of.
Right,
to not have to come back day after day.
Okay, so if they're gonna be inside, I feel like that could give way for the location itself to be a character piece. I feel like that's important.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that might even be the descriptor of the video itself.
Because if you're inside the whole time, this is your the haberdashery from the Hateful Eight, right? Like it needs to be.
Well,
it needs to have a little bit of character to it. The setting.
Exactly. Even in terms of, because we're describing interactive videos on YouTube. The Streamies, I'm gonna date this, was just yesterday. On December 4th, and actually the only scripted series that was an interactive video on there was In Space with Markiplier, where again the location is a major character piece. He is in space. That is the title of the show.
Yeah, it doesn't work anywhere else.
Yeah, if you look at the previous ones that he's done, they've all still been character pieces, where the previous one was a heist with Markiplier, where he's going through and actually breaking into one. Or I think the one that he did a few years prior to that was a date with Markiplier, where again, it just starts off simple, one location, just a date. Like it, I feel like your base starting location is very important for what the course of events are.
Okay, so for some reason when I thought Christmas and inside, this isn't necessarily a Christmas thing, but just as a starting point, I thought like kind of winter and inside, like in like a cabin or something, not like a scary thing, just like a cozy living room or something, like where people are doing like a Christmas, like, you know, just like the families like gathered around or whatever. And then, you know, it could be like, that seems like I don't know if that's like, that doesn't have enough character to it though. But then you make it like, Christmas at grandma's house or whatever, or like something like that, like where it's not in your house.
Yeah.
You could get that. You could like something that could make it into the title and actually make sense. Like Christmas at your weird grandma's house. It's like, okay, I could start with this.
Yeah. Like Christmas at Uncle Xenon's.
Yeah, you know what?
Xenon.
If it's a person with just a crazy enough name, you just make that titular.
And that's one of those things where it's like that already develops a character and like
then you already have a character who's necessarily, at least wacky. From what we're saying, is wacky, or should be.
They're not going to be your voice of reason here. Could you pass me that bottle?
Yeah, of course. The bottle I just knocked over.
Oh, I love it.
You can just cut this all out. You know what I mean? Knocking over the whole bottle really derailed the whole show. What were we even talking about?
Okay.
I don't even know what we're doing.
I don't know. Interactive video. We're doing an interactive video. We just came up potentially with the concept of
it being a weird relative's house.
Yeah, like relative.
Right? Or something. It doesn't have to be a relative. Like what would be a weirder thing than even than a relative? Like
Christmas. Because we're already imagining a funky character piece then, right?
Or like it's a celebrity, and like I guess that's still a funky character piece though. Just doing that seems too SNL though, to just do an impression character of someone who's alive currently.
Yeah, no, I think it needs to be a type character where it's like one of these exists everywhere.
That one friend who it's like something.
Yeah, I'm imagining something like that because it could be like something like Christmas at your drunkles, where it's like, oh man, everyone's got that one drunk uncle, and you come over and he's living in a, I don't know, like trash can, and it's like,
okay,
hey, come
but you're talking about good people. You're talking about starting with good people in a bad place, right? Like you're the normal people at your drunkle's place in this trailer.
Yeah.
Let's flip that. You're like our age, like let's say like you're like not, you haven't settled yet, but like you're at your first friend who is married and like settled down. So it's like all the characters still want to be like drunk and party because it's Christmas, but it's like he's like, no, come on guys, we don't need to, like he's trying to like rein them in, and it's like that gives you some conflict already, and it's like, oh man, I feel like I've seen a lot of those movies though too.
Well, no,
just not Christmas necessarily.
I would build this. Okay, the next thing.
So the story's about. Okay, so the story's about you're basically trying to go and have like a party on Christmas like you've done every year with your friends where you get lit, right?
Yeah.
But your one friend, he's like, that you're at his house. Oh, I guess this is Harold and Kumar Christmas, where Harold is like married and like he's trying to impress his in-laws, so he's like, he's like a settled down like adult, basically. He's grown up. He's like, the one character's like grown up and everyone else is still like, why are you ruining Christmas trying to make us not do drugs or anything? And like do anything fun on Christmas. I think that's your starting point.
Yeah.
And then because that contrast makes your characters feel kind of like, I don't know, like the It's Always Sunny character. Like they start off as bad people. I feel like, or at least they're framed that way in the start of this story.
Yeah, no, I do like that because then you kind of root for the characters. I feel like as a viewer, you're naturally like, hey, I kind of want to get faded. I want to get faded than an O. I want to go into Yodi Land with the rest of them.
Taking double.
Yeah. Never been to Yodi Land?
What's Yodi Land?
Never took double Blinker City? major trip, round trip.
Well, I've been there. I didn't know it was. I've been there. No, I
see. That's what I'm.
You know what?
That's
Matter
what
of
I'm
fact,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
matter of fact, I've sent people postcards from Yodiland. I have a timeshare. I have a timeshare in Yodiland. I just didn't know the name of the place. I'm in and out.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I would agree. I would believe everyone who is like, yeah, man, I agree with this guy. Why are you messing up our vibe?
Yeah, especially if it's 24 to 27-year-olds, mostly who are watching our shows, then
exactly.
This is probably going to be a good starting point.
This is a good starting point. This is, now you can make the choice to keep the party going or to listen to him and act like an adult when he's like, well, no, it's gotta be like a really good, like, start.
It's a coming of age story, but it's not for teenagers. It's a coming of age story for people in their 20s. That's what we're making.
Essentially, yeah. In a choose your own adventure.
It's a coming of age Goosebumps. Reader beware, choose your own scarecrow. But for people who should have grown up already, vis-a-vis us.
This is good. All right, we all right. What's how does this?
Somehow
we need to get we need to get the opening block. We need to get our top square essentially.
And
I'm trying
which is, I mean, like if you want to, I'm thinking like. I'm putting no thought into this basically, but just they start sitting there opening presents from each other or whatever. Like just nothing's happening. I don't know. Like we could maybe do more if there's something's going on right away. Like
I'm imagining it's got to be like Christmas Day, maybe the straight man, the like adult guy. It's being hosted at his house, so he's waiting for the rest of the gang to show up. And then you can have that like opening scene where maybe the guy's setting stuff up. You get to see him interacting as an adult, and then you get the other side of the door.
Okay, yeah. Start him. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Then you get
start it without them in the picture, so you can see what the expectation is.
Yeah, and then you can get that like outside the door shot of like
no one else in this circle owns a table runner. I mean, you can really see the contrast.
No, it's so good. It's like I like they're knocking on the door from outside, and then you're viewing it from their perspective outside. Now the door swings open, and it's like like that you have the capability to even just hold a box. That's fun. Right? Like, that can easily lead way for some visual gag. Just someone straight up got a bong. Like, wrapped up. Just wrapped up. I've seen that before. And let me tell you, that was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing. And let me tell you, when Dennis unwrapped it, even funnier.
And it was just an iPod Shuffle in a big box.
It's all crazy. No, but it's just one of those things where already right off the bat, like, you're like 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds into a video, and already you're given a decent laugh and a reason to continue watching. You've just been set up with stability, given the wacky right off the bat, and now it's literally entering the home. And this is an interactive video.
And one of the choices is going to be, does he smoke the bong, right? Because they give him the gift, and it's like, it's already, like, makes him, that's the first thing, it, like, makes him uncomfortable, like, because they hand him the bong in front of, like, his wife. And, it's not, like, super weird, but it's just, like, we're not going to do this here, guys. Did you think we were going to do this? Like, there's already, you start off with that, and they're already like, oh, no, man, come on, do it. Like, we gotta, it's like, we have a lighter right here, that's your, like, first choice. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Is that starting off hot?
Is that yeah? It could.
Maybe we saved it. We saved it. It doesn't have to be the first choice.
It doesn't have to be the first choice. That does seem like a good choice because I feel like that's the opportunity to, if you do hit it, that is green screen land. Yeah, you're instantly like you click it and it's just like, and you're just in like the desert.
That brings you to like the North Pole from Elf. Like that brings you to like the puppets and the snowman and we do that with the green screen, you know.
Yeah.
Candy cane sticking out of the ground.
Yeah, they're in it deep.
We basically this is like if someone were to do drugs in a movie made during the Ronald Reagan era. Like every movie
gives them the option.
Smoke a joint and you trip balls.
And like, man, why doesn't this guy just smoke a joint and trip balls? What? That's an option?
It's like when Dumbo drinks all the alcohol and hallucinates all the like pink elephants and stuff. Like we don't have to be. We can just set wildly unrealistic expectations on how this stuff works. Let's just send them to the North Pole from one ball.
Yeah, it's that.
That's how.
It's that good as the kids say. It's that dispensary. That's top shelf.
And it's obviously it's got to be some kind of Christmas thing too. Anyway, that's a.
Oh, dude, they're smoking on that elf pack for sure. They're smoking on that goblin pack. I'm in goblin green.
Okay, what is the first choice?
Yeah, first choice. It's got to be
the turkey gets burnt.
It's got to be something simple, like, you know, everyone's come inside, and okay, who's in character? Who are the characters that we have once we're settled inside this house? I'm assuming like a gaggle of friends, this guy and his wife.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like option one's got to be like, do you play Smash Bros or not? Like the guys are setting up like some games, and meanwhile over here,
he's like we're gonna do trivia.
Yeah.
Pursuit. Like.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back in Trivia Pursuit, and Smash with the boys. So we've decided we're not doing that.
We could do it.
Good.
I don't know.
No, we can't. We can't do it. No, we can't do it. We can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much happening. It's not enough to the core of the story.
You're right. Let's have the friends show up and start playing Smash, regardless of what.
Yeah,
regardless of what you're gonna do.
That feels accurate.
Right, and I think you're playing as. Well, we know who the main character is at this point, is the host. I like that person as the center of the story.
Yeah.
I wanted to start, just throwing this out there, I did want to start with maybe like, you know, he's cooking a turkey and it gets burned. And just because I know a lot of our better content has included kitchen work.
Yeah.
And just like if one of the timelines could just be like, just you just mess up the turkey.
Just mess up.
I know that,
that would be funny.
At least some portion of our audience appreciates that.
That would be funny. Humor. That would be fun. Well, then we also have to mess up a real turkey.
We'll get to do that.
Okay. I mean,
you're right. We don't need to do this.
I'm just thinking about turkey now.
Yeah. No,
you're going to be Christmas Day like, we broke the turkey.
But the reason I also like that is because the second choice could be you go to the store to get a new one or something, or like to get like a replacement, like something else. But obviously it's like, because it's so cold in winter, he's like, no, it's fine, I'm just gonna like walk there, like, because the roads are too icy. The store is close enough, but like you just end up getting lost in the woods or something, and that could be that timeline. You have to fight a Yeti maybe. Yeah, maybe there's a Yeti timeline, and then the other one you go to the North Pole because you smoked the bong. We could really use this green screen a lot.
That's what I'm saying. It's capable, but I'm still stuck on like what our inciting incident here is. I feel like that's what I'm stuck on. Cause like it's Christmas, the wacky fellows are coming into the straight man's house. They've got, at least we know, set up one funky present that's funny. But what is our first like wall? What is the oh, I have to make a choice A or B. Like, cause that's a driving factor.
Okay, you're just bringing me back to do I smoke the bong or not as the first choice, but I want that to be okay. So what's like a lesser version of that? Because see, we're going in circles again. Because now this is how we got to. It's like, do you play Smash or not first? No, I think that is the first. If they already set up Smash Bros, it's not like you're deciding whether that's like the whole thing. You should be like, they should tell you to jump in just for one game, and it's like. You either like jump in just for one game, so to speak, or it's like, no, I have to go check on the thing in the kitchen, and this is how you get to the turkey, maybe.
Yeah. That's
because that's a real problem.
Because okay, here we go. Now you can have someone even in the house just be like, hey, don't forget about the turkey in the oven. It's like, all right, yeah, gotcha. Like that doesn't necessarily have to be a wife. That can even be just another roommate in a serious home. Like, and then that expectation of,
if we don't want to waste a turkey, we could just make instead of a cooking timeline, it could be a house fire one.
Yeah,
like because that's all just CGI. There's no food waste if we do a
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't.
House. We don't have to. We don't have to ruin a turkey.
Yeah. We don't have to ruin a turkey if we can just ruin the house.
Well, that's fake though. Like we don't even need that to like. No one needs to really buy it. Like this is all for goofs. We just have like clip art fire over some.
Don't play Smash, kids. Keep your eye on that freaking turkey. Your mom came down and said, keep your eye on the turkey.
All right, okay. So, just following this Smash timeline, what if you start to play Smash and that's like not a big deal?
Okay.
But you lose the first match. This is important. When you click on sit in for one game, that when you get to that video, the start of that one is like two things happen. One, someone tells you not to forget about the turkey. Two, you lose.
Yeah.
So do you choose to tap out and go check on the turkey, or to like
just one more?
Well, you gotta save your name, gotta be like, right?
Well, you can't go out. Yeah, can't go out.
Can't go out. These are your friends, right?
Yeah,
like you still, their opinion still matters.
Yeah,
like,
can't go out on a loss.
So yeah, he's like he stays in to like you could stay into.
Just gotta win a match. Just one more. Yeah.
Versus you just leave because it's like not a big deal.
This is so.
Yeah, this is like the consequences are so low. I feel like we should. Stupid. You know what? Smash Bros can't be the first one. I'm undoing Smash Bros because the very first one should have some kind of consequences.
Yeah, it needs to have stakes.
I think you hear like just for it as an experiment. Let me hit you with just to, like because Smash Bros is low stakes. Something high stakes is like you hear glass break in another room, and it's like, did someone just break in? Like what? Like what's going on? And it's like, do you go check it out, or do you stay with the group and everyone stick together and grab something and like listen or something, or do we call for somebody? Like
that seems tense.
That's what I'm saying. Like we need something. It doesn't need to be that, but we need something a little bit more like it matters what you're doing.
It matters.
It really matters. Like the first choice needs to be a little bit tense like that.
I see that. Yeah, I agree. That needs to feel.
Knock on the door. Even a knock when you're not expecting someone. A knock on the door. That especially to like
we invited everyone.
People, that's scary for some reason. Because
true.
Because there's no door-to-door sales anymore. Like it's usually a problem if someone knocks on your door.
Yeah, it's
or
like
a package. I guess it could be a package.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You open it up and it's something safe, but it's got to be scary because it's like you have to raise the expectation that everyone's already there. So who's knocking the door?
Exactly.
So you're like, wait, who?
Did anybody invite someone else? Like, and it's like no.
No,
really
and they're all
like
and they're all looking at each other like,
and
then it's like, what are your options?
And then knocking all is of you sinister too. It's like because the first one's like knock knock knock, and the second one's like knock 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 knock. Like it's like really like urgent. It's like okay, this sounds like someone's coming in to kill me. Like
your two options that you're looking at each other, tell them to stay quiet or to open the door. So then you're either addressing it head on. Or being like, not Irish. Just let it play out. And those are options. Those are legitimate options.
Yeah. And I really like this. I'm trying to think of. I'm going with what are the consequences for you opening the door or not opening the door? If we really want to still and I don't mean that you need to know those consequences when you make that choice, but like, is it you open the door thinking it's going to be something scary? It's really just the delivery guy knocking like he's going to kill someone just because he's really cold. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm just trying to get back in my truck, but I need someone to sign for this. And he's got the wrapped bong. Yeah. Like that's like, like that could be that, and then that gets you to your next choice. Then that's, do you smoke the bong or not? Like that gets you to that point maybe versus if you don't open the door, something different. But I don't know, like what the delivery man wouldn't do anything scary if you didn't open the door either. Like,
yeah, it would just be like,
what if someone dies because he was freezing to death? Oh, it's the delivery man, and he freezes to death because he needed you to sign for it, so he couldn't leave, and then you didn't open the door, so he stayed there until he died.
It's let's say the second, because it should branch. It should branch, right? So let's say if you stay still and don't open the door, it's one of those. It keeps knocking, and then the video of stay still starts, and it's like a hard knocking one more time, and then silence, and then looking at each other like went away.
And the last knocking is like a dying knock too, like as he's falling down the door, like
you gotta hear like
a swipe,
that like some friction, and then they're like, oh man, do we open the door? Do we look? And then they open it, and they can still get the prize of the bong, and still get to the option of do we smoke?
But now it's like, what do we do with this body? And that's that's
a second. Yeah, there's your second line.
I'll start writing this down. Let me see that pen list and that notebook.
Yeah.
Well, one choice is basically you get to do you smoke the weed or not smoke the weed. Oh, thank you. The other one is what do we do with this body?
Yeah.
Remember, we want 5 endings, which means there's really only like one more choice to make for both of these, right? Like what to do with the body. You either let's say bong is 2 choices. You either smoke it or you don't smoke it. And then what do you do with the body is the other 3 choices. And that gets you to your 5 endings.
Okay. So what are our choices that we're looking at then?
Well, okay. So the bong one is the most self-explanatory. Either you smoke it or you don't smoke it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and then I don't know. It just feels like kind of doesn't really seem like it matters. Like,
if you smoke it, you're definitely going straight into Yodi land. I feel like that is.
No, that's for sure.
You get the Polar Express ending then.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and you know what? And the ending is you can just wrap it up with a button where you're just like, hey guys, thanks for showing me the true. No matter what ending you get, someone says, thanks for showing me the true meaning of Christmas. How about that? That's a lot of the work done right there. And it could be somebody different, or maybe
because that's the closing.
It might always be the protagonist. I don't know, but so you either get really high, and it's like thanks for showing me the true meaning of Christmas. No, or you don't smoke the weed, and you give your friends a lecture, and they say thanks for showing us the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, that's funny.
And the title of this project can be the true meaning of Christmas, and it's like. We don't actually give you an answer because it's like we have 5 options.
Yeah, you get to choose.
And they're all kind of ridiculous.
There we go. That's it. That's what I'm looking for.
This is the true meaning of Christmas interactive movie. We
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So because that's just like we don't have to worry about theme now. Like it's all done.
It's all there. We just make funny options.
We should go to the ads, I guess. Like, and then do the body one when we come back, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go to those ads. We'll see you there. Howdy. Whoa, did you know that this is an advertisement? Yep.
It's an ad.
We're back in it. Today we're advertising, you guessed it, buy.lsd.onl.
Buy LSD online.
Have you ever bought LSD online? For a loved one.
Well, you can't do that here.
Well, if you go to the link, buy.lsd.onl, you'll be greeted with a good time. Oh no! You'll be greeted with some amazing videos and some behind-the-scenes interviews and some early podcasts and a whole bunch of other goodness. And in fact, did you know that this is sponsored. Today's sponsored segment, today's ad break is brought to you by our very second patron, Dr. Corby. Shout out to Dr. Corby. If you're Dr. Corby,
shout out to you and welcome.
Shout out to you. Thank you. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the investors table.
Welcome to online LSD.
Yes, welcome.
He knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. Dr. Corby knows what we're talking about. Mm-hmm.
He's on the in.
Yeah, this guy gets it. And you could also be on the in if you go to buy.lsd.onl. It's pretty cool.
Welcome to the top.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Welcome to the top.
Yeah, now Dr. Corby and Frank 420 Zap are just chilling in Valhalla, looking at the rest of the peasants of the world being like, oh man, you guys don't get this premium ListeningSomeDay content.
I don't think of our listeners as peasants. I just want to put that out there.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah, no. You know what? No. Well, no.
we also wanted to mention content.gives.
Yeah, that's
still waiting on
some
some submissions to come in for projects to develop.
Yeah, did you know that if you type content.gives and submit your idea to the form at that link, then you will get to control whatever we do for an entire episode. We're gonna dedicate the entire first episode to the first submission, and nobody has submitted. It has been weeks. If you're hearing this right now and you're thinking...
If you're gonna submit, it's gonna be... What we're saying is if you submit at this point, it's your show. We'll do whatever you say, because no one else is telling us what to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be your podcast for a little bit.
Literally, whoever has done it for... If you go to that link right now, I promise you, nobody has submitted anything. So if you submit something, then your idea, the thing that you're thinking right now, yes, you, could be what our entire next episode is about.
Yeah, that movie that you've always been thinking about, but never had the wherewithal.
No, that funny video that you thought of on the toilet the other day. That one's a banger.
That idea for a video game.
That you're like, man.
Once told your friend and they told you it was stupid and you just know they're wrong.
Mm-hmm. We'll make anything. All you have to do is go to content.gives and submit it. And the very first submission will have you have the floor. I cannot stress, you have the floor. You can control the podcast, essentially.
Content.gives. Own this show.
Yeah, pretty much. For free?
Right.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
What an ad.
Let's go back to the show now.
Yeah,
that's everything, right?
I guess that's it.
All right. Here we go.
Yahoo! We made it back.
Hey, welcome back to the show.
Sorry, I was falling through a tunnel from the ad.
Yeah, it's weird because I just kind of showed up here. They didn't make me fall through the tunnel to get back from the ad
man,
stage.
It's so much.
You gotta get that. You gotta pay extra for that fast track. That's what.
Well, there's the hoops and hurdles I gotta go through with this thing. I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, just you.
Okay.
Welcome back. I'm Carson D'Angelo's Take Two Interactive.
My name is Zave and Davey, IO Interactive. Hey, you know what? Did you know this is my brother's birthday? Happy birthday to my brother.
Hey, happy birthday.
If you're Isaiah, congratulations. It's your birthday.
Made it.
You made it. All right. What are we doing?
So we're doing an interactive video about Christmas this time. About the true meaning of Christmas. And there's 5 possible true meanings of Christmas.
Okay.
So far we've come up with 2 storylines. They both start with a knock on the door. And it's sinister. It's like the postman. He's delivering a bong. It's wrapped up. So that's your second choice. Is you either smoke the bong and you get super zooted and you thank your friends for showing you the true meaning of Christmas, which is to party hard and have fun with your friends.
Yeah.
Or you don't smoke the bong and you lecture your friends about making bad choices. And then the postman reveals that he was an undercover cop and you were smart for not smoking the bong. And then your friends thank you for showing them the true meaning of Christmas. For saying no to drugs. Alternative to either of those smoking or not smoking the bong was if you don't go to get the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was the?
Yeah, if you don't answer
choice?
the door. The first choice was the knock at the door. Do you answer it or not answer it?
Yeah.
So that was if you do answer it, then they get the bong. You do that. The smoking or not smoking.
If you don't answer it.
If you don't answer it, then the postman dies because he freezes to death from you not answering the door. So then it's like you have to. So now that's where we are now. It's like we have to have 3 choices. Remember, because we're looking for a total of 5 endings. So we need 3 possible versions of what do we do with this body.
Okay.
And obviously, one of them's call the police, right? Like one of them has to be like the normal one.
One of them's got to be like we call.
Or not. That doesn't need to be there, but like just as a starting point, that's something somebody would suggest.
Whatever the normal option would be.
Somebody would suggest that. That doesn't necessarily need to be an option. Just I'm kind of brainstorming the obvious things here. Hide the body.
Yeah, hide the body. Yeah, bring it to the backyard.
Because for some reason, like I don't know, like you don't need to hide a body when you find it, but like you also like you would freak out and be like, oh god, they're gonna think we killed him. Like we gotta hide this.
But yeah, what if they like?
What if they think if you do that one, you should get in jail.
What if they think he's alive and he's just like really faded? So they're like, I don't know, they just bring him inside and just let him sit there.
Oh, like okay. So someone's like, we can save him. Like,
yeah, like we can save him.
We gotta try and revive him.
Yeah, and they just bring him inside and just kind of like leave him there for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I feel it's gotta lead. Yeah, it's gotta lead to something. That's gotta lead to something. This isn't enough.
I definitely like hiding the body, and then you get arrested or something, and it's like, oh man, no, maybe you don't get arrested. It's not the police don't get you, like Santa does or something, and he's like, no, you guys don't get any presents because no, this is ridiculous. It should be the police. What am I even talking about?
That's an ending.
I do want Santa to show up somehow. Yeah. I did kind of want Santa to show up. Can we change the postman to be Santa? Santa delivers the bong and then was an undercover cop. I would buy that. Could he be Santa instead of the postman? I think that's still got a little more flavor to it.
Okay.
Because Santa just be making a hand delivery. He's like, because this is Christmas Day. Yeah, he's got to be like, I forgot.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the one I did.
Ordered this like.
He's like, I got back to the North Pole and I saw this and I was like, fuck, like I gotta go all the way back. So he came back to deliver the last gift that it was just lost in the bottom of his sack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that because I like the idea of you like when you're hiding the body, you're hiding Santa's body. I don't want to lose the Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to lose. Yeah. You're hiding. It's not just any body, because then you're hiding Santa's body. That's true.
Plus, like it being Santa, like that's so versatile. Like he could be the undercover cop. He could be something. Yeah. Like it's starting from Santa. Like you could do any joke because that
is true. You can pull the mask off of Santa and be like,
it's a pretty
he's actually
starting point, but it's also a fictitious character.
Yeah, it's a good in between to be at of like. You're willing to believe it, but at the end of the day, this is probably a ruse, right? Like this is. I wouldn't be surprised if someone said, yes, I fooled you. I said I was fictitious thing and you believed it.
Yeah. Right, exactly. You could play that off as he's not a real Santa. Like it's just the undercover cop. Santa's not real. You could also play it off as Santa is real and this is really Santa. And like it's all believable. It's all viable in the frame of the story. Well, I'm gonna write down hide Santa's body because that seems like
hide the body.
But I don't know necessarily what the true meaning of Christmas is there.
Yeah, what's the true meaning of Christmas when you hide the body? I feel like they gotta like
don't
weekend
lie
at
or something, but like that would take another video to like wrap it up. It needs to end there.
I'm imagining like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of scenario, but I don't know how that would go.
Dude, you have to put on his suit and go to the North Pole. Like someone needs to.
We gotta send somebody out there, and someone just gets drafted to become Santa.
Yeah, like you as the protagonist, you get drafted to become the next Santa. Yeah, his dying words, like you must go back. You like
keep Christmas alive.
And then the true meaning of Christmas is like contributing to something greater.
Oh man.
No, wait, but this has nothing to do with hiding the body, right?
Well, what ending is this? What ending is this?
This could... Okay, so this is you don't answer the door, then like he dies and you go to see what happened and it's dead Santa.
Like
His dying... No, I don't know.
Dead
like,
Santa.
Can his dying wish be
like
you gotta go
Santa's
replace
dying
him?
wish.
Because that doesn't give us to three choices.
You know what? He can't be dead yet. I feel like he's got to be like...
Right.
He's got to be like on the cusp. He's got to be like sputtering for some reason.
Okay.
Like maybe instead of him there, he's got to be now suddenly like he's been stabbed a bunch of times. So he's like, oh, I had your present. Well, because then it's one of those things where if you did open the door, he's just regular Santa. He was fine.
Uh-huh.
He was good. He delivered the thing and did whatever. But now that you haven't opened the door, in the between like
somehow in that 5 seconds,
in that 5 seconds, somebody came in and quite literally murdered Santa. So now he's still here, like delivering your present. He's like, like here's your gift, and then you give him the opportunity to say his dying words of, you know, keep Christmas alive. And one of them's like,
he's like, yeah, Santa, what can we do? He's like, you can't keep me alive. You can keep my spirit alive.
Yeah.
You can keep Christmas alive.
Pulls off his beard and hat.
Wait, yeah, I think he pulls off the hat and the beard like goes away and he dies. Like, but then
like
when the other
fades.
guy puts on the hat, the beard grows. It makes him immortal, like Santa, right? So he could be the next one.
Yeah, I'm a Matt. Yeah, one of these endings, he's got to be like
Lethal
just
will become
drafted
Santa.
into becoming Santa. That seems like a good one.
Yeah, I like the idea of, but how, like, it's not that I have a problem with that ending. I'm just trying to make sure we have three.
Yeah. How do you get two other endings out of that?
Because that one kind of just seems like that could be a straight line from not answering the door, he dies, he makes you do that. So it's like there needs to be
feels like the true
another
ending,
choice.
if that's the deviation, right? So how do we have two that are in line of like?
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's like the true, like the most straightforward ending.
Yeah.
Which would be, like, so that what the choice there is to help Santa. So like, what's the other two things? There's two things that aren't helping.
Say no.
Like, what? That's crazy.
What if you say no? What if you say no?
But that's just one, like, but you, like, there's two versions of saying no to a stabbed old man, like, where there's just one that's help him. That's okay. One is help him by,
you know, like
bringing him inside. One is help him by calling 911. You know what I mean? Because because you could help him and believe he's Santa, or you could help him and believe he's crazy and not really Santa. So then that would be like, let's call the police.
You got some options.
Okay.
See what I mean?
And then the third one is like the way off the wall one. That is not like
where
it's
gotta
like,
become Santa.
No, I think the one where you take him seriously, you believe he's Santa.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the true meaning of Christmas is belief in it, right? The belief keeping it alive, because you take his word for it that he's really Santa, and you let him into your house and save him. Does he have the opportunity to make his to draft the next Santa?
Yeah.
Whereas if you were like, you know, we're just gonna call the police, like, and you don't like hear his story or whatever because you think he's like some crazy hobo.
Yeah, then it's different.
Then he doesn't get to give you the hat and make you the next Santa. So that one would be a different. So I mean, the most straight line one is help Santa, versus like for the other one I'm gonna write help hobo, like help stranger. This one is help Santa.
Yeah, help Santa. Oh, this is good. This is good.
It leads to you becoming Santa.
This is good right here, dude. Oh man.
Well, we got to think of that really off the wall one that is like, what would you do if you weren't gonna help him? You know what I mean?
If you weren't gonna help Santa and you weren't gonna help a random homeless person that you're imagining it, like
if you just weren't at either, like, no matter who this is, your reaction is something different. By the way, are we doing that he's stabbed? Because that might be hard. I'm just saying hard to bring back in. You know what I mean? Unless he could just quickly mention, like he's all stabbed all over, and you bring him in to help him, like, Santa, what happened? And he's just like, it was my my nemesis Jack Frost. He knew I was away from the North Pole, and without all my reindeer,
some
like
goblins.
Yeah, he sent some frost goblins,
some rain ghouls.
Oh, and then that's great because when you have him become Santa, he could be like armed, and he's not becoming Santa to go and he's like becoming Santa to go kill Jack Frost. Like that's
a separate movie.
And that's like, oh, they never have to make that. But
I know, it's so funny.
We end with a trailer for that movie.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's too much. That's too much production wise.
I would like to, right? Like
if it's possible.
If you know the scenes ahead of time, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm imagining. Well, I mean, see, that would all be green screen. See, so you could figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Mm. Oh man.
But I want to like. Isn't there like a version of it that's close to the like hiding the body or whatever? Oh, what if this one's a secret ending? This third one, where it only happens if you let it time out, and then because then he dies. If you let the video time out, you don't click. You don't click whatever the choice is that either means believe he's Santa or, which maybe it's like bring him inside or it's like only let him into the garage but help him.
Wait, describe the two options.
Oh, you know what it is? It's help him yourself. Like we gotta help him versus call 911 and wait because you don't think he's really Santa. So if you choose to really, so you have one of the friends that's over saying he's really Santa, we gotta help him. The other one's
frame is this on? Which block is this
on? What do you mean?
Like
I got the knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You don't answer it. It's the body of Santa. Well, that's what I wrote, but now we're saying wounded Santa.
Yeah, it's wounded Santa.
He's stabbed.
It's wounded Santa. Yeah,
he's stabbed.
So you open is it that one? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. Well, we're at the ending pretty much. The choice is when you help
from that wounded Santa, you either help him in. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to see like what.
Yeah, you help him under the impression that he's Santa, or you just kind of call 911 under the impression that he's hurt, but he's just some stranger that like you don't want to bring into your house.
Okay, so that would essentially be the first.
Yeah.
Two options.
And on a deeper level, it's like trust that he's Santa or don't trust that he's Santa. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the Christmas part of it.
No, that makes sense.
But then the third choice is
third
something
choice
else.
Would be the.
I think
same frame, but like.
But if you don't click one of these, if you don't click help him versus call 911, and you let that video run out of time, the secret third one hits you, which is he just dies there, and then it's like we gotta hide the body, and then you get arrested. And the true meaning of Christmas is don't kill and hide bodies. I don't know. So like, just the secret ending is he dies if you don't choose fast enough.
You gotta make a choice, or else it'll be too late.
Or he die, even if it's just like that one's just like kind of a joke of like you didn't pick fast enough and now he's dead.
Yeah, that is good. I see that.
How much time do we have on this podcast, by the way?
We're at like 102.
We're gonna get into some of the finer. We can start talking about characters and stuff because we've gotten to like all the endings. I'll run through them real quick.
All
right. There's the ending where you welcome Santa into your home, and I mean, we would probably do like one of those like operation sequences, like you know what I mean. Just, you don't need to explain that these people know what they're doing for some reason, but. And you offer him dinner or whatever, but he gives you the hat and you become Santa as he dies. You know what? Yeah, wait, they don't know what they're doing with the opera because he dies anyway. Like they could just do a bad. They kill him like by trying to save him.
Just the one episode of Stella.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like
where they're trying to do surgery on the landlord, and then they find out that he was actually an evil person. It was like ironic.
So then he gives you his hat, and he's like, "You got to keep on the Christmas, tradition. You got to do it now. Deliver the presents every year." That's one ending. There's the ending where you call the police basically because you're like, a guy just got stabbed. There's some crazy guy. He's all covered in wounds. I don't want him in my house. So you got to come pick him up. And then I don't know what the true meaning of Christmas for that one is, but like I guess safety.
Right, like
like the shelter, like we're thankful now for the shelter of this house. that keeps us safe from getting stabbed.
Shelter.
Yeah, right. It's gratitude. It's gratitude because you're all still alive. You know what I mean? In the hospital.
Yeah.
So that one's about gratitude.
Yeah. Shout out to Santa who took an L for us.
Yeah. To learn our lesson.
Every Christmas they should do something for Santa. Take bong rips for Santa.
I guess, or something. But if you don't choose to do the operation yourself or call 911, if you don't choose in time, that video times out. Santa will just die on your porch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like that's one of the endings. There's also if we rewind to, this was all that menacing knock on the door, right? So these next two endings are if you did open the door right away, Santa would hand you this bong that was a gift for you, and you could either lecture your friends about making bad choices. Santa would reveal then that he's an undercover cop, and the true meaning of Christmas is about making good choices so you don't get arrested or get on the naughty list. Maybe it's that. He's not even an undercover cop. He's just like, I was going to put you guys on the naughty list if you did it, but you passed.
But you passed.
You get the rest of your presents too now. Oh, and he's got more. Or you do take the bong rip, and then you just kind of go to, I wrote Yeti Land, but you go to Yeti Land.
Yeah.
And the true meaning of Christmas is you thank your friends for bringing you back to partying.
Land, baby. The true, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, thanks for letting me get lit again. I've been too uptight with my settled down life. So you do an operation on Santa, you call 911, Santa dies without you doing the operation. You lecture your friends on making bad choices, or you do drugs. Those are the 5 endings.
Yeah, I think we got some.
Yeah, I think we do.
I would enjoy this as, because that was my initial concern, is you don't want any branch to feel like it wasn't worth going down.
No, yeah, they're all sufficiently wild.
I feel like each branch here is like, this was worth it. Mm-hmm. That feels good.
Yeah, I definitely do feel that way about this. So next week, I mean, that's all of our plot, really. Like, we just kind of need, who are these characters? I mean,
right? Like, how do you?
We were talking about the one character being married, but I think kind of the point was just that they're an adult and settled down, because that, I feel like we haven't talked enough about characters. I don't want us to just have too many characters. Let's think about it as limited. We need at least one person, maybe also their partner that lives with them, and that's part of them being settled down. But we need one person that lives in the place and is settled down. We need one friend that is off the wall and coming to visit. Mm-hmm. I don't even think you need a bunch of friends. It could just be one. Your one friend that you used to smoke weed with all the time is coming over, and you're and the main character's it's like a teacher or something. Just doesn't do anything like that anymore, just because of his lifestyle. Just. Yeah, he works in finance, on Wall Street. He's I'm not gonna smoke bong rips.
I can't be doing that every night anymore.
Yeah, I don't have time.
I gotta be waking up early. I gotta be looking at numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Statistics. Dude, if I forgot that stuff, even for 10 minutes,
because right, exactly. For so many hours a day, I need to be at a moment's notice know what I'm talking about. I need to be ready to go. So yeah, I think we really could do one character that lives there, one character that's visiting, and then somebody playing Santa. I think this could be a 3. This is a 3-actor.
Okay, that's good.
Flick. I think you could keep it down like that.
All right.
The setting is one house, and we didn't do a lot with the green screen, actually.
We didn't.
Because we didn't really go past the doorstep, I feel like. Well, no, wait. If you smoke the bong rip, we're gonna
that was
all of the budget that we got for the green screen and the CG for the green screen is gonna be just in that one ending, so that'll be crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I'm trying to imagine where would I be able to, production wise. Now I'm trying to think of what's the house. I don't know. Just
something with one room. I feel like we've done everything on this whole thing already. What else do we? Is this a short episode?
I don't know. Well,
you want the final word, or is it too soon?
how do we connect it? I guess. I don't know. Whoa, welcome to the final word.
This is the final word. We've never introduced it like this, but we're doing the final. You want to do the final word?
Yeah, I'll start the final word this time.
Okay.
Rock.
And
Roll.
jingle.
Jam.
Coming
Soon.
to
A.
theater.
Near.
Yeti with a question mark. And that's it, right?
I mean,
Is that the? Were you gonna have?
I mean,
We got
rock and
one
roll.
log line. Yeah, rock and roll, jingle jam. Coming soon.
Coming soon
to theater near
Yeti.
Yeti. That's the trailer for Rock and Roll Jingle Jam.
Rock and roll.
Probably a Yeti in it.
Maybe, yeah.
It's not part of the title though.
Alright, I guess that works out. Okay.
Merry Christmas, tip your mailman.